guys, what is going on? Blossom is back, and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Today we're going to talk about the new elephant in the Top Drives room, and that is indeed Call of the Wild. Now, please, I want to apologize in advance because I guarantee you throughout the video I might call Call of the Wild Call of the Wind. I don't know why, when I saw the new tag, my brain immediately thought it was Call of the Wind instead of Call of the Wild, but yes, it is Call of the Wild. So today we're going to talk about the significance of this tag, why it's here today, and the usefulness, and of course we're going to talk about all the little descriptions about what is going to happen in Top Drives for the week to come. In fact, it has already started. We are already on our second day of the week. Of course, it's Tuesday, and this event will end in 5 days, 6 hours, and 30 minutes. So without further ado, let's get into the description. So guys, here we are, Call of the Wild challenge series, if you will. This is obviously on KT Play, so you guys can also check this out wherever you want, but I just want to give you my 2 cents, my thoughts, and everything about this event and how it could, and it may be, an improvement from Silver Screen. So, we start off with, here in the wild, you'll find lions, birds, foxes, bats, and many more creatures. Celebrating car models sharing the name and sometimes the attributes of agile and powerful creatures. Now, let me emphasize that. Agile and powerful creatures. Okay, let's have a think about it. The viper is agile and powerful, yes. The swift, which is a bird, is very agile. Powerful, maybe not so much. The mustang, very powerful, very agile, right? And then we have the beetle, which I can crush with my left foot, or my right foot, or even my hand, but that would be kind of gross, crushing a beetle with your hand. Agile or powerful? I don't think so, but of course, the beetle is some kind of thing you find in the wild, so I guess it counts. You will spend the week contending in events of brands where the model names are animals, earning Jaguar XK120s from 1948, the key to the challenge. So very similar to Silver Screen. Obviously, in Silver Screen, we also needed Jags to kind of move along in the challenge, and we're going to see that again today. Well, not today, but this week for Call of the Wild. So, while you earn your 5 Jaguar XK120s. Now, let me just emphasize that there are indeed 9 events. So the maximum amount of Jags that you can get is 9. But all you need, the minimum you need for the challenge is just 5. So don't worry if you fail one of the events. I probably will, because one of them has Volkswagen requirements, and I hate Volkswagen. But yeah, all you need is 5. So don't worry if you don't get all 9. You just need 5, right? So, while you earn your 5 Jaguar XK120s to progress in the challenge, you will also be powering up your Call of the Wild hand. We have selected a few dozen cars named after various animals, including the entire Ram manufacturer. Now, this is a pretty interesting topic because a lot of people have asked me, why did they add the whole Ram manufacturer, but they didn't add the whole Jaguar manufacturer? Obviously, Jaguar is Jaguar. Well, here's the thing, right? Ram gets no love. So this is the time for Ram to shine. There is a reasoning behind it. Unlike Jaguar or Lamborghini or Porsche, those cars can get their own Tri-Series. They can have another moment to shine. Ram's never gonna get a Tri-Series. They're just not. So I can see why. At the end of the day, Hutch wants to make every car have a purpose. And I think that's a great thing about Top Drives. I think that's a great thing about the game, because after a year of playing, you can look back at your entire garage and be like, yes, I remember a time where I needed this or needed that, right? When it comes to Jaguar, which is the main argument, a lot of people are saying, why doesn't Jaguar have the Call of the Wild tag? If you won the Lancia LC2, you could look back at your Jags and be like, yes, this was the car that I used to win me the LC2. But the Rams, they really don't really have a purpose until now. So it's nice to know that Ram is getting some love, right? And also another thing to answer the people asking why Jaguar isn't Call of the Wild is because if, let's say, they added the entire Jaguar roster to Call of the Wild, they would also have to add the entire Lamborghini roster, because technically they're all bulls, right? And they would have to add the whole Porsche roster because they have a horse in their badge, and then they'll have to add the whole Peugeot roster because I think Peugeot is like a lion in it or something. So you know what I mean. This is supposed to be a small group of cars, working together for you to get the ultimate prize car, or a ultimate prize car, and in this case the McLaren Shorttail. So yes, if they added Jag, they would they would feel entitled to add Lamborghini and Porsche, and at that point it's not even curated anymore, it's not even specific anymore, that's just half of the car pool in the game. Anyway, so although there may be other animal named or inspired vehicles for this series, the focus is on those marked with the tag. So that is basically Hutch saying, yeah, we get that there are other cars in the game that also have animals in their name, but deal with it. What you get is what you get. Obviously they're not gonna say that, so I'll say that for you. So in the challenge, you will be tasked with winning races, utilizing these cars to win great prizes, and I have to say, some pretty amazing prizes coming up. So basically, in a nutshell, you gotta earn the Jags, right? And then each time you get a Jag, you get a new stage in the challenge, and to max out on all the stages, you just need 5 of them out of the 9, and beat rounds in the challenge to earn the prizes. Very, very simple. It's very similar to Silver Screen. So basically, if you played Silver Screen, not even completed it, but if you just understood the main premises of Silver Screen, this takes the same blueprint, all right? And obviously, we are looking towards a new style of event in the game, which is very nice. So now we have Tri-Series, we have the normal multiplayer events, the single player campaign, we have the championships, we have clubs, and now we have this, the one-time wonder tags, as I will call it, because Silver Screen is no longer with us, which I still think wasn't the greatest idea from Hutch. Not the fact that Silver Screen was a thing. What I don't think was a good idea was for Hutch to take Silver Screen away, because taking Silver Screen away is basically telling the players, yeah, that was a one-time cash grab and you're never gonna see it again, which is, not the best thing if you want like a good business image. I feel like Silver Screen should have stayed, just because, in the future we can obviously bring back, normal multiplayer events with Silver Screen requirements. I don't see anything wrong with that. And it's always nice to have more cards, more tags, because, well, let's face it, Silver Screen made a lot of cars useful, like the green Hellcat. Taking it away would just also take away the usefulness of those particular cars. And obviously we have cars that will overlap in tags, like the Lamborghini Murcielago had Silver Screen and now it has Call of the Wild. So yes, theoretically you can have cars that have like 10 tags, but in my opinion, if that is a reason why Hutch took them away, so cars wouldn't have 10 tags, I would think that's not the best idea, really. I think it's great if a car would have 10 tags or 20 tags. Let me know what you think, but that would just really increase the value of the car itself. For example, the Audi R8 or the Audi or the Alfa Romeo Quadra Spaghetti, right? Both of those cars were, really weak legendaries, but when you add the Silver Screen tag on them, the value of the car increases a little bit, and that kind of gives players more incentive to keep the car or to try and buy packs to get the car. And taking the tag away just takes away some of your business away, Hutch. I don't know why you did that, honestly. But yeah, that is just my 2 cents. So as you can see here, Call of the Wild bundles and packs will be available for purchase with gold in the store throughout the week. While previously we only introduced 50 Silver Screen cars, this time there are 20% more of a total of 62 cars. I love how they mentioned that, because one of the main problems from Silver Screen was a lot of just really annoying players, and I can make a whole other video, a rant about this, but it was just a group of players complaining about how Silver Screen was so curated. There was such a small pool of cars. I get it, there are some Silver Screen cars that deserve to be in there, but like the Jaguar CX-75, but people complaining that the pool was so little and they didn't have the cars. Saying that you don't have those Silver Screen cars is not a good argument to why you didn't win the challenge. It's not like Silver Screen cars were part of a new update that were completely new cars. You had cars like the Audi R8 and the Quadrifoglio that has been around. Wow, I actually said Quadrifoglio, not Quadra Spaghetti. That have been around since the start of the game, right? You have no excuse. You've had as long as you've had the game to get those cars. Obviously, I've never got them before, but saying that it's such a small amount of cars and you don't have them isn't the greatest excuse to why you may have not won or why you have barely won the 177. But like I said, I digress. I can make a whole different video on that topic. But with that said, the events, obviously, as you can see, RQ 150 plus, you get 5 events. And if you are 330 RQ and over, you get 4 additional events. You don't get 4 events, you get 4 additional events. I like that. That shows Hutch kind of rewarding player loyalty, I guess, player that stick around, players that level up. So that's pretty cool. And obviously, once again, if you have over 4,000 trophies, you also get better prizes, which is nice because I feel like a lot of players, they're afraid to hit 4,000 trophies because they'll be like, oh no, you know, my tri-series brackets are going to be a whole lot harder now, and you know, all the downsides and everything. So it's nice to see that Hutch is rewarding you when you pass that, you know, border of 4,000 trophies. So you do get better prizes when you have more trophies. That is very nice to see. That's also something we've been seeing in tri-series, because in some tri-series, in like the qualifiers per se, tier 1 might be a low tier epic for players of a certain trophy count or IQ, I think, and if you are a lower level, you don't get those chances, or you don't even get the carbons, or your tier 1 price is a ceramic, something like that. But I've been playing the game way too long to even get the lower ranks right now. So anyway, when it comes to prizes, as this challenge is offering great prizes. Now guys, please read along with me, okay? To avoid any complaints, because let's be honest, they're gonna be just like Silver Screen. Like I said, I can make a whole other video ranting about this, but the complaints from the community when it comes to this challenge is absurd. It pisses me off. But read this with me, okay? Expect it to be incredibly challenging, okay? Don't expect, if you only have 5 ultras, I don't care if you spent your resources and your time to max out your 5 Call of the Wind ultras, because 5 ultras maxed is not going to win you the McLaren F1 GTR short tail. Okay, like it says here, expect it to be incredibly challenging. I don't care if you have 1 Mustang GT maxed. It's not gonna get you anywhere. It might. I don't know. We don't know what the final events are going to be, but my 2 cents is I don't think it's going to get you anywhere. It shouldn't, because come on, let's have some respect for the McLaren F1 GTR short tail. You're telling me that a hand with 1 max epic and 4 max ultras will get you a car of such gravity? That would be doing the F1 GTR short tail some disjustice for sure. So of course, expect it to be incredibly challenging. You read that. People are still going to complain that the challenge is, you know, incredibly challenging, but you know, whatever. Hutch just emphasized it. But anyway, prizes include the following: Call of the Wild packs, 1 standard, 2 premium, 3 carbon fiber packs. Now the way they wrote this makes me think that the 3 carbon fiber packs are going to be Call of the Wild packs as well. That might be a bummer to some of you guys, because a lot of people, I'm sure they love the vanilla carbon fiber packs from these challenges because it gives them a chance to win the Chiron and all that stuff. And I can get why that might be a bummer for you guys, but for me, I'm completely fine with it. That's 3 more chances of me to get a Viper ACR, a second one, right? A second Hollywood. And of course, this also helps with the whole challenge as a whole, because these are packs that will help you progress, you know, carbon fiber Call of the Wild packs, if they are carbon fiber Call of the Wild packs. Like I said, the way this is written makes it seem that way, right? And of course, you also get 3 new prize cars. The first one is a super rare RQ45 Lancia Stratos, so it's a mid-tier super rare, right? The lowest tier super rare is RQ40, the highest tier is RQ49, so this is somewhere in the middle. Next is the epic RQ66 Jaguar F-Type rally car. It's a pretty weak epic, right? You know, the weakest epic is 65, this is 66. And finally, a legendary performance RQ93 McLaren F1 GTR short tail. What an amazing car that is, and hopefully they will do this car some justice and make this challenge incredibly challenging, as they stated in this post. Now, once again, if we go into the challenge, if you don't know already, as you can see here, this is the car. If you don't know what the F1 GTR short tail is, this is the one. 3.0 0 to 60, 92 handling, slick tires, and a top speed of 240 miles per hour. Isn't that beautiful? Now, one thing that I've realized, and now let's get to the 4th part of the video, which is basically my thoughts after telling you the description. One thing I've realized is that Hutch has answered one of the main concerns, or one of the main complaints from Silver Screen. Now, this isn't one that really regards free-to-play players, unfortunately. This is a problem that answers the pay-to-win complaints, and that is packs. When Silver Screen came out, they only released the Elite offer and then they release the single special offer, the elite special offer, and then they release 15 silver screen carbons. Now, not a lot of people complain about this, but some people did, where they said, 15's the most they can get. If they don't get enough, if they don't get good cars from those 15 packs that they open, then they will have no chance at the 177, or they'll just have to open regular carbons or ceramics and hope for that small chance of an Aston Martin DB10 or DB11 or Audi R8 or, the Hellcat. Now, what they did here different is, as you can see here, you can actually get the Call of the Wild carbon fiber in unlimited numbers. So this time there's nothing to hold you back for a pay-to-win player, right? So now the pay-to-win players can't complain, because if you don't have the cars that you need to finish the challenge, hey, guess what? You can buy 100 of these. You can buy as many of these as your heart content. So yes, if you're a free-to-play player, or even like, somewhere in the middle like me, because let's be honest, I'm not a whale. A lot of people are, a lot of people get mad when I say I'm not a pay-to-win. I'm a semi-pay-to-win. You can't put me in the same boat with what's his name? Nemesis. That's like putting the RQ27 Ford GT in the same boat with the Bugatti Chiron Sport. Yes, I guess we're both legendary performance, but we can all agree those two cars are nothing alike. One is much better than the other, and I'm the Ford GT, and other players like Nemesis is the Chiron Sport. So I'm gonna stick to the fact that I'm calling myself a semi-pay to win. But anyway, the Call of the Wild carbon fiber. So yes, you can technically get unlimited amounts of those, and theoretically, hypothetically, I could get 500 Viper ACRs, but my bank account is not that big. I could not do that. So yeah, that's always an option there. And of course, you have these special offers once again: the Call of the Wild carbon fiber special and the Call of the Wild carbon fiber elite. I'll be opening 2 of these, so stick around for that. But with that said, that is all you need to know for Call of the Wild. Basically, race in the Call of the Wild events, try and get those Jags, and then those Jags are going to be keys for you to progress from the start to the end of the challenge. Now, once again, this is going to be hard. The KT play, Hutch has already said it, it's going to be hard. So if you can't get it, if you cannot get the F1 GTR, don't complain, okay? It's hard. I digress. That's for a different day. But with that said, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. And remember, stay safe, wash your hands, blossom out.